Hey everybody, Akil Taylor here, back at it again with another video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you for your likes, your comments, and to my subscribers, thank you so much. As a new YouTuber, I'm trying to grow, so I'll greatly appreciate it. If you find the video interesting, to like the video, make some comments, that will help me, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel, because I can only grow with your help. Well guys, Vice President Kamala Harris has selected her running mate. He is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. I never heard of him, but I know that Minnesota has done some things where it comes with housing and things like that. But I would like to learn more. So I want you to learn with me. Let's get to the video.
Kamala Harris named Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Walz is a former school teacher and seasoned Washington lawmaker who has been credited with a new political insult against Republicans.
Yes, they're weird. They prove that every day. It's an observation.
Walz is viewed as more of a moderate figure, but someone who has picked up a number of progressive causes as governor. He's not somebody who has an extensive fundraising base or is someone who's very well known among the public.
Walz's ascension comes as Harris has consolidated support among Democrats after President Biden exited the race. Here's a look at what Walz brings as running mate in an election showdown with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
Tim Walz is a proven winner among rural voters, and he's been very successful in Minnesota, which is a state that Republicans are trying to put onto the battleground map.
Thank you, Minnesota.
Walz really gives this everyman persona. He's somebody who's very comfortable with farmers. He's also someone who can appeal to voters in the suburbs and the cities.
Hey, Minnesota, Governor Walz here at the Great Minnesota Get Together.
The 60-year-old governor didn't begin his career in politics.
He's someone who worked as a school teacher for more than 2 decades. He also spent time in the military. So he really brings to the table a background of someone who had an entirely different life before he entered politics.
Walz was first elected to Congress in 2006, managing to unseat a 6-term Republican in one of the state's more conservative districts.
He was supportive of a number of issues related to agriculture. He also served as a leader on Veterans Affairs issues, given his extensive background in the Army Reserves. Walz was once given an A rating from the National Rifle Association. After the Parkland shooting in 2018, he quickly pivoted to support background checks, and the NRA disavowed many of his proposals.
After 12 years in Congress, Walz ran for Minnesota governor in 2018 as someone who could compromise with Republicans. He won by more than 11 percentage points.
Hello, one Minnesota.
Walz was reelected in 2022 and a year later oversaw a Democratic-controlled state legislature with a progressive agenda.
He helped get through a program to provide universal school meals for children. He was supportive of codifying abortion rights. He was supportive of the legalization of recreational marijuana. He was viewed as somebody who was very progressive on climate change, the environment, and also in promoting infrastructure spending.
Walz was criticized for his handling of the civic unrest following the murder of George Floyd by a police officer in Minneapolis in 2020.
I'm authorizing and talking to General Jensen to fully mobilize the Minnesota National Guard, an action that has never been taken in the 164-year history of the Minnesota National Guard.
Walz deployed the National Guard 3 days after Floyd's murder. In July, the governor signed a police reform bill banning the use of chokeholds in most cases and requiring other officers to intervene when another is using excessive force.
In the aftermath of George Floyd's murder, he faced some criticism that he did not act quickly enough to quell some of the violence that we saw on the streets of the city. There was criticism that he didn't quickly bring in the National Guard to restore order.
In recent weeks, Walz has repeatedly used one word to describe Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance.
Yeah, they're weird, and I am not changing that. I see Donald Trump talking about the wonderful Hannibal Lecter or whatever weird thing he's on tonight. That is weird behavior.
And it seems to have caught on.
By the way, don't you find some of their stuff to just be plain weird?
In the lead up to his selection as Harris's running mate, he really showed a penchant for being the attack dog, namely his appearances on some of the Sunday shows, some of the cable TV hits that he did attacking J.D. Vance.
People like J.D. Vance know nothing about small town America.
Although no Republican presidential candidate has won over Minnesota voters since Richard Nixon, the Trump campaign wants to compete there.
Minnesota is a state that Democrats really can't lose. Trump got very close in 2016 and has since then always tried to put the state into play. He and Vance have made appearances recently in the state, and they view it as a place where they could perhaps cut into the Democratic battleground map.
The Harris-Walz ticket and its platform will take center stage in Chicago during the week of August 19th, when the Democratic National Convention convenes to cement their nominations.
Walz helps neutralize J.D. Vance's appeal to rural voters, especially those voters in the Midwest, some of the states that will help determine the election. We expect Walz to give an address at the Democratic National Convention. That'll really be his first opportunity to give the American people a window into his life, his career, his background, and that will be an important showcase for him before Democrats.
Well, there you have it. Tim Walz, Minnesota governor, running with Vice President Kamala Harris. Do I feel it was a good pick? Personally, after learning about him and doing a little bit of research, I understand why she did it. Kamala Harris is going to be running under a progressive platform, which for middle America will be far left. And you're not really going to win with a far left platform, and you're not really going to win with a far right platform. Trump won in 2016 by stating, "Make America great again for all Americans." That's why he won. And Hillary kind of ran with a little bit of a far left platform, and she lost. So VP Harris she understands that. So she's smart. She's a smart politician. I have to give her that. I know a lot of people may say that, oh, she's running as a black person and standing there, Ray, and I don't really give a damn about that. What I'm saying is that what she is doing right now with this choice, she is telling middle America, rural America, hey, listen, this is going to be sort of my watchdog here. Kim Walz, sorry, Kim. So I say Kim. Oh my God. Tim Walz will be my watchdog and will make sure that I make sure that I am thinking about you guys, and the policies that I'm trying to champion will have you guys in mind. So I wrote down some of the things that will kind of make him as a great running mate. Middle of America, very, very good choice. He appeals to a lot of people in rural America, and he is a person, even though he championed a lot of progressive policies, he also championed a lot of conservative policies, which will allow people in rural America to say that, maybe I'll give them a look. He was a school teacher. Shout out to my school teachers there. I'm a school teacher, and former school teacher. I'm retired. Who knows? I'll probably go back into it. But as a school teacher, he understands about children and understands the need for our younger generation, our future nation builders, to come up and be able to lead. So that's good. Former military. That's an amazing thing right there. A lot of rural people are in the military, so they're going to respect him based off of that. I consider him more of a blue dog Democrat. Blue dog Democrat is a person in the middle. Like, they can swing conservatively, and they can go progressively. So I consider him more of a blue dog Democrat, and I feel that with his experience with working with Republicans and everything, that right there will be able to make the ticket seem less super liberal and more into the middle. So that's very, very good. One thing that some of his cons that people were going to look at is what happened with George Floyd, right? That was a sad thing that happened. My respect and my condolences go out to the George Floyd family. You know, it was a sad situation in 2020. It was very, very sad. But you can't please everyone. So you have to understand that. Yes, some of the things that Trump, or I wouldn't even say just Trump, but some of the things that all politicians might say is weird. So just calling Trump and JD Vance weird, maybe that will work with some of the hardcore Democrat fans and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that they're weird. I would say all of them are weird. All right. So let's like that. And last but not least, he can really be a person where rural voters would say, you know what, even though I may not like Kamala Harris, I like Tim Walz, and I feel that this would be a good ticket. So in all, I guess this was the correct person for the job. I think that all the other candidates, they were good, but to appeal to middle of America, this was the right choice. And let's see what happens. But guys, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you can like the video. Thank you so much. If you found it informative, if you found it entertaining, if you found it, whatever, funny, whatever, like the video. Make some comments. Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this choice. Do you feel this was the right choice for her? Do you feel that she should have probably chose someone more liberal? Or do you feel she should have chose someone more conservative? Let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Last but not least, subscribe to my channel, please. Because as a new YouTuber, I'm trying to grow, and I can only grow with your help. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Peace.